Hello. With the Queen's 70th Jubilee just around the corner, thought it was a good idea perhaps to show a very simple but highly effective decoration that you could put on the buffet table if you're having a street party, or anywhere really that you want to make a statement. It's really simply put together, but the impact is quite huge. And I've chosen to do it with the reflex colours. So we've got Centrepiece Reflex Crystal Red and Reflex Blue, because that gives a slightly more vintage look to it, which goes very well with the Day to Remember range of Jubilee products that we have. So I'm going to be using a couple of those as well. The sash and the pennant banner, and they're not traditionally red, white and blue Union Jack. It's just a little bit more subtle, and it goes very well with the reflex colours. So to start with, you're going to need to make 3 little bases like this. Really simple stuff. We've done it countless times before, but just to reiterate, if you take a tassel weight, make sure that you're covering up any sharp bit that might be around the collar, and then you're going to put the collar in there like that, so the weight's on one side and the tassel's on the other, and simply wrap the 2 balloons around each other to lock it in place, and that will make it sit nice and firmly on the table. These are 5-inch Reflex Crystal Red inflated to 5 inches, and these are Reflex Blue inflated to 4.5. So another cluster of 4 there. Take the neck of one of those, pull it down through there, up again, wrap it around a couple of times, and there you have a really simple base on which to build the rest of the design. And the bulk of that design is 2 of the super shape letters. So obviously ER, Elizabeth Regina, and I've just stuck them together with 2 little tabs of balloon bond. So very, very simple. And then along the bottom here, on the tail of the E and the tab of the R there, I've just tied half a 260 balloon, which will anchor it into the bases. This point here didn't have a tab in the right place, that wasn't quite right, so I've attached this piece of 260 with a little bit of stretchy balloon tape. That's all it needs. And I'm going to sit these into the bases. Just sit them nice and firmly, take hold of the 260, pull it through, and wrap it around a couple of times. Don't pull too tight, just enough for it to sit firmly. And then one in the middle here, and one on this end here. That gives us a really firm anchor, because the 3 weights that are inside are more than sufficient to support the whole thing nice and firmly. I'm going to keep it facing me so I can see what I'm doing, but I will turn it round at the end, I promise. Because now we need to dress it up. So I'm going to use bubble chains of 260 Reflex Crystal Red. Done these multiple times before as well, but just as a catch-up, basically you want to fold your balloon in half to find the midpoint and inflate it to that point, and then you'll twist multiple bubbles, all the same size, one after the other, all in the same direction, which you can do either by twisting like this or by rolling like that. And if you get it right, which doesn't happen every time by any means, but if you do get it right, then you can get 20 bubbles out of a single balloon. And that's what you want to aim for, because if you do that, then you'll find that 3 balloons will do the whole thing. So here's my 3 balloons. I've tied them together and then just twisted so that they don't come undone, because the key thing is to never let go of the end. And I'm going to tuck this end into there, and then just take the bubble chain up the side, and when we get to this corner here, just literally take the tab, wrap the bubble chain all the way around the tab once is enough, and that will hold it in place. There's the knot between the two balloons. Don't pull too tight. We want it to be taut, but not so tight that it distorts or stretches. Wrap the tab around again. Oops. There, and then I can come down to this one, wrap it around the tab again. Across to this one. Sorry, got that a little bit. Let's try it there. That's better. That one's come undone, but don't worry, you can quite easily put it back again. Okay. Now, when we get to, I'll attach that again. When we get to here, there's no tab, so there's a little bit of balloon bond, which is quite enough just to hold that in place. There's another little bit of balloon bond on that corner there, and then this will just tuck in between your balloons at the base. To keep it anchored. Now I'll return to this one and make sure that that is properly fixed. Not quite sure why I'm having trouble with this one. Oh, there we go, I've got it now. Okay, there we go. So there's the surround of the bubble chains all the way around the design. And then I'm going to add the sash. So it's a paper sash, and it comes like that, and this hole at the end is for the ribbon to fit through. And I'm just going to tuck it in between the E and the R at this top point there. Pull it across to here and use the ribbon to hold it in position. So got a little bit of Union Jack on there as well. And then finally the pennant banner, and I'm going to take that from the center point here, again just using the ribbon that it comes with to wrap it around there, drape it across, work out where you want it to go, and then bring it back up to that point there. So I can cut it here, tuck that through, and when you've got a nice drape, how you want it to drape across here, you can just literally hook it between two of your bubbles. That will hold it in place, and then the other end back up to here. And very quickly and very simply, we've got a nice big impressive piece to go, as I say, at the back of a buffet table or anything like that, that needs a little bit of focus to bring the theme together.